Okay, hello again. In this video I'm going to show you how to add a heel lift. You can see that I've done it on this boot already. I think it's much easier to do than doing the half sole. So if you were manly enough to do the half sole, doing the heel lift is something you might want to try to add. I like to add the heel lift because it balances out the height from that added thickness of the half sole. I just feel like it's a little bit off with the heel as low as it is after adding the half sole, and I feel better on my legs, on my back. Just the way I stand and walk feels better, and it has the added benefit of additional grip and your ability to preserve that original heel. This is what you're going to need. That same can of barge cement that you used to put on the half sole, the heel lift, I used this lug, and some tiny nails to pound that on, and a hammer, and when it comes time to trim you'll need that same hooked blade, and also a straight blade. I use that to trim the heel so that it's nice and flat, ready for the heel lift. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is prep the heel ready for the gluing. And on these Wolverine 1000 miles, I'm not sure if you can see it in the video, but there's a little step right here on the heel. And I just like to use this flat blade to kind of trim down that step and make it a nice clean line so that it looks good after it's been glued. So as best you can, just take down that step slowly to get as straight of an edge as possible across that heel. And what really matters most is on the outside profile. And then to get a nice smooth bonding surface, I like to take down this step. Okay, so there I think we got it. Kind of knocked down that step and got a nice smooth profile along this outer edge to give a nice look when the heel is bonded. The heel on the Wolverine 1000 mile and also this heel lift, the lug, they're roughened up enough to take the glue really well. They don't need any additional roughing. So I just apply the glue straight on to the heel and to the heel lift, working quickly to get it smooth and pretty uniform all the way to the outer edge. I do try to put it on pretty thick, and that way it kind of fills in the grooves and the divots and any imperfections on that heel to get a nice strong bond. The heel lift is obviously much larger than the boot heel. But I just apply glue to the entire thing and center it as best I can when it comes time to bond. So you can see that I covered these in glue pretty liberally, and I'm going to let it sit for about 15 minutes and cure, and then it'll be ready for bonding. Okay, so it's been about 15 minutes and these are ready to stick together. Obviously the heel lift is much larger than the heel. This is a size 9 boot, and you'll just put it on and then trim off the extra. I'll try to do this so that you can see. But I like to put this little lug here, right around here at the front of the heel. Kind of center it there and squish it on. And then you can use a hammer to really pound this thing on. Okay, so after you've really pounded and pressed the heel lift on, you are ready for the nails. The nails will come included with the heel lift. I just use these 5/8 inch long wire nails, and I like to put in 3 nails here at the front of the heel and 2 here at the top or at the back. Okay, so there you go. It's all nailed up, and at this point while the glue is curing, I like to use that same rope that I used to bind the half sole. I like to bind the heel lift and kind of pull all the edges up tight and snug so you have a nice clean tight line along the heel. I stuck the towel in there to help keep the boot shape while I'm binding it. Okay, so there you have it. Nothing too special, just using that cord to bind the heel lift really tightly up against the heel while the glue is curing. Let it sit for about 3 hours and then pop the cord off, and it's ready for trimming. So we've been sitting a few hours and we're ready to trim. We've got a nice strong bond. We're going to use our hooked blade and go around the outside. You'll want to make as smooth of a cut as possible. If you rock the blade and move it around, you will notice those rocking marks in the side of the rubber. So smoother the cut, the better. Okay, so there you go. There's your trimmed heel, and you're done. Congratulations. Some finishing touches that you might want to add. you'll notice this glue line here around the outside. I like to kind of rub as much of that off with my finger as possible, and then use some shoe polish to kind of darken it, or maybe even a permanent marker, and then some fine sandpaper and smooth that out. Really cleans it up nicely and makes it blend in. Alright, so that is it. We are done. We have added the half soles and the heel lifts to these Wolverine 1000 boots, which happen to be the rust color, in case you were curious. If you're curious about how the half soles will hold up over time, head on over to halfsoles.com and check out the reviews I'll be posting, frequent reviews, so that you can see how the half soles and the boots hold up to abuse. And hope to see you around. Thanks.